Hi everyone, and welcome back to Call Sheet Confessions. Today I have my friend here. She is a professional dancer, choreographer, and movement director. She recently movement directed Snoop Dogg's short film, 10 Till Midnight. Her credits also include dancing for Diana Ross, working with Victoria Justice, and Marco Antonio Solís. I have my good friend Caroline Cullers on the podcast.
I'm so happy to be here. This is so fun.
I'm so excited to have you. We've been trying to make this happen for
a minute,
Yes.
and here we are. Today
Yes.
is the day. I'm so stoked. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. And I love that. I said off camera, but I love that you're wearing blue.
Thank you.
Literally my favorite
I
color.
didn't know this.
Matching the vibes.
Always in sync. Always in sync.
If you're watching the video, if you're not watching the video, we have these pink fuzzy mics.
Super cute.
So we're breaking those out.
I love it. It's a nice touch. I want to touch it. But
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, but no one
messes
messes with audio.
Yeah.
Right. Caroline, do you remember how we met?
I do remember how we met.
Yes.
It was at Michael's party for the opening of the Schlove studio.
Yes.
And I remember you were so cute. You had the cutest outfit on. And I had a conversation with you and I was like, I like this girl. And we went to go to, I think it was Mama Shelter's.
Yes,
after.
it was.
And we went and we did the Cupid Shuffle and I was like, I like this girl. She's cool.
We're locked in.
Yes,
We're locked in.
she's my new friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also had these Eagles pants on that I'm still obsessed with to this day. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Shout
Are
out, I
you
am
an
Coco.
Yes.
We love the fans.
Shout out, I am Coco. I have the best Chris Brown pants for them.
Love their stuff.
Yes. But I saw you wearing these Eagle pants and I was like, oh, Philly? Like, are you an Eagles fan? You're like, girl, I'm from Texas.
Yeah, I
was
don't watch that. But
completely different vibe.
But it was meant to happen so I could meet you. I feel.
Yes, exactly. I was like, we're gonna be good friends. Like,
Yes.
you were one of the first people I met after moving to LA. But
It was
like,
fresh when you moved.
Yeah.
When you had the first moving to LA settling of everything.
yeah,
And
I think it was like a week after or something. It was very soon
Yeah.
after I moved here.
And here we are.
Yes, here we are. So you grew up in Texas. You're from
Yes.
Texas originally. What was it like growing up?
I feel very fortunate for my childhood because I have two older sisters that I'm super close with. Austin is the coolest city to call a hometown. I love it. I was the youngest child, so I kind of got thrown into everything. My parents were just trying to get rid of all my energy. So I did soccer, basketball, cheerleading, volleyball. I did all the things. And I was dancing and playing soccer for the most part. And then, yeah, I love school, huge nerd. And my high school, they were super competitive in academics. So we won worlds in robotics. And then our football team was winning state. But it was a public school.
Wow.
But it was a very competitive school. So, yeah, it was great.
That's pretty cool.
I love Austin. It's the best city.
My high school football team was horrible. And the games were it was sad to go because we would just lose every game.
You gotta go and be yeah.
Yeah, and then my college too, they weren't that great at football. So
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Temple University.
Okay.
Love that school.
Okay, Temple.
The football team, their basketball team was good, but the football team, it was the same vibe. Here to lose again.
Yeah, it was fun because it really felt like Friday Night Lights. My high school to a book definition, the scene in Mean Girls where they have these are the cliques. That's kind of how it felt. It was very book definition of a traditional high school experience. But I feel I was kind of fortunate because I was very much a floater. I loved school, so I would be with the nerds, and then I would dance and be with the cool kids. So it was I had a very mixed experience, and I really had one best friend, Regina, and then it was kind of just us, and then that was our friend group.
Oh my gosh, not you saying it was Mean Girls and then saying your best friend was Regina.
Yeah, except she's brunette and short and cute and the nicest person you'll ever meet.
Well, not me anymore because I'm blonde. But
she's a blonde now. Yeah, no, she was super nice. Not Regina George energy at all, but yeah, it was a good high school experience.
I love that. I relate to that too. I feel I was a floater. I was always friends with people in different groups.
Yeah.
Because I liked people in all the different ones. I couldn't just stay in.
Yeah, and I don't like the cliques.
Me
I'm guys,
neither.
we're in high school. We're barely conscious. Let's mingle here. We don't really know what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you grew up playing some sports and dance. When did dance start to really take the forefront for you?
That's a good question. I feel when I was younger, it always was something that was just so fun to me. I remember Adele's album, like Right as Rain,
Love
that whole
Adele.
album, like I was in a chokehold and I had never experienced heartbreak in my life. And I was
yeah.
like in my room choreographing dances for my family. I would come down and be like, choreograph this routine and show it to them. But it never really, to be honest, it never was something that I intended to be my career. I joined a company at a young age, but it was very much like soccer and dance were everything. And then it got to the point where my parents are like, girl, we cannot drive you everywhere. Like, we have 2 other children. You gotta pick something.
Yeah.
Super supportive, but just that's a lot for all of your kids to be doing all of the extracurriculars. So I stuck with dancing. I want to say that was when I was like 12, 13. And then I did competitive dancing and then drill team at my high school. And I was going to go to college for engineering at Clemson. And then got a scholarship to a dance school in Los Angeles that doesn't exist anymore, actually. It's called Studio School.
Yes.
But went there, and then the pandemic hit, and I was like, that's my sign. I'm not dancing. I'm quitting. And I, like, stopped dancing for 3 years and then moved back out here 3 years ago. So it was like dance was not really ever in my agenda. And I felt like for a little bit, I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
And then, here we are.
That's so crazy. And when you say you love school, like engineering, that's hard. Like,
I
you
love
really
math.
love school.
I love school. I love learning. I love math. Like, all the science classes. I took all APs in high school. Like, love school. School was
Smart
like,
cookie.
I was the annoying kid that, like, never studied. And it would just, like, click
Come
for
naturally
me.
to
Yeah.
you?
Love school. Like, I
gosh.
really love learning in numbers. And, like, in Austin, I didn't feel like I knew that there was a career in the dance industry.
Yeah.
It's like a professional dancer means teaching dance classes for the rest of your life. And I was like, I've been doing that since I was 12. Like, I want more for my life.
Yeah,
and I didn't know what that could look like. I feel like until I got that opportunity to live in LA for a little bit in college. But that was also horrific. I'm 18 years old, living in downtown LA, like seeing everything of the industry all at once.
Yeah.
So I think that's when I was like, let me quit and choose a different path. And then,
So what brought
Here
you
we are.
back to dance?
I feel like, so I went to Purdue for business administration during that time. I knew I liked business. I knew I wanted to study something else. I was working at a lash salon, and it was honestly,
lashes.
we love lashes still to this day.
Yes.
But it was kind of great because I was like checking people in and working, and I would still get my school done. Like, I would check people in and then be like on Purdue's website, like trying to get all my classes done. And I feel like there's a regret that I can't live with is the not doing something.
Yeah.
I would rather do something and be like, all right, wasn't the choice for me. Now I know I can move accordingly. But I feel like there always would have been that little voice of like, you gave up on your dreams. Like, you left, you got to see what's in LA. And like, since I was itty bitty, in my kindergarten notebooks, I wrote that I wanted to live in Los Angeles. I didn't even know what that was. It's like, there was always this like God pull that was happening to Los Angeles. And it felt like my purpose in that hadn't been fulfilled. It had kind of gotten cut short by the pandemic. So I was living in Austin, and I was super happy, and I was working, and I got bar certified. I was teaching pure bar classes and working at the lash salon and doing school, and everything was great. But I just felt like I'm not really living in my purpose. And I know it's in Los Angeles, and I don't know what that is, but I know I need to go. And I still look back and I'm like, it was kind of insane to choose to move back here after like quitting for 3 years.
Right.
But I guess it didn't really feel like it was with the intent to like pursue dance at that time. It was just like I knew that there was something out here that I needed to do.
Yeah, to just be in Los Angeles.
For sure. So I moved back, and you know, we've talked about this before, the curse of like the first year of moving in LA.
Yes,
and it's
like
real. All of the bad things happening all at once, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Like, but about a year in, I was working at a hot yoga studio, and that's kind of when I took the leap of faith to like fully pursue dance. And yeah, here we are.
So when you made that decision to take the leap to fully pursue dance, what steps did you take?
So I remember calling my family, and I had felt this for months, and I was like, I'm going to quit my job. Like, Caroline, you're living in Los Angeles. How are you going to pay your rent? Like, you can't just like not work. I'm like, I know I need to quit, because I just felt like if I'm going to take my life and move it across the country and do the exact same thing I could be doing in Texas, making the same amount of money, probably saving more of it in Austin, realistically. Like, why did I come out here? So I remember I was supposed to assist at a dance convention in Texas, and I was like, this is the perfect time. I'm going to get a cute little check from this and figure it out from here. And I get there and it's like the first day and I send an email and I'm like, thank you so much for allowing me to work at this yoga studio. It's been such a great experience, but I have a lot of dance opportunities lined up and I have to leave. I had 0 jobs at this time. Like, not even kidding, there was nothing booked.
Wow.
I like felt it. And sure enough, literally that same day, a hurricane hit Texas. The entire hotel's power went out. Everything got shut down. So I went back to LA, unemployed, now with no paycheck from this job. That didn't happen.
Wow.
I was like, oh my gosh, I that was so crazy. And I felt like so calm. I don't know how to describe it to this day. I felt very at peace. And then that same day I got a call for Victoria Justice to do a music video with her that my best friend Julia Myers was choreographing. And then 2 days after that, I got a call about the tour with Marco. Literally going in between that, I got a call to do a job in Italy at the Juventus stadium with Tia Tia. It was like all within 9 days. It went from like, I know I need to quit, but I have nothing lined up to like, oh yeah, I'm like set for the next couple months. So it was really just like the craziest turnaround. And I really give that to God because like I had this inner knowing of something that I didn't even know existed at the time.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like a God pull of like, you have to quit.
I always say sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith because taking out what's not meant to be in your life just makes room for what's meant to be in your life.
Absolutely.
Like sometimes you have to take out the trash to let like things to come in, you know?
For sure.
Because if you live in that scarcity mindset of like, I can't leave this job, then you're like your universe is gonna reflect that.
For
sure.
sure.
I feel like if you're like, no, I'm okay with leaving this because I know more will come my way, more will come your way.
Absolutely. It's like telling the world exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I want and this is what I know I want to be doing and this is my purpose. Things will find you. When it's supposed to be like that. Absolutely.
Exactly. So how did you get those dance jobs all of a sudden? Was it from Instagram? Was it from auditions? Was it from networking?
I feel like mostly networking. So the Victoria Justice, this was like one of my friends. I actually met her at the school that now doesn't exist.
Oh, wow.
Way back in the day. And she had this job and called me about it. And I was like, oh, I'm in Texas for this dance convention. Initially, they booked another girl on it because I couldn't do it. I was going to be gone. And I came back and I'm like, hey, girl, so actually, it's not happening anymore. I'm here. Everything's shut down, and got on that job. And then the first tour with Marco was with a girl that I had worked with before, Rachel Hall. She did a skeleton crew. I'm trying to remember where I met her. I believe it was a class.
Okay.
But we, like, had kind of been near each other. She did a skeleton crew for a different tour that ended up being a whole fiasco. We could get into that in a minute, but she asked me like, hey, would you be willing to do this skeleton crew? Not paid, but a good vibe. I'm like, yeah, sure. And I came there and I loved the music. I was just so excited and she just liked my energy. And that same week they were looking for dancers for this tour and they asked her if she had any recommendations and they sent my profile and yeah, it was a direct book for that. So I feel very fortunate because a lot of the stuff that I've done has been direct booking. The Tia Tia job for the Juventus stadium, that I had been working with her for like social media content. She was putting in work like every week, just making videos. Her stuff had not quite taken off as much as it has now. I'm so proud of her because she's like thriving now. But at that time, she was just doing social media videos that she would hire us for. And then one of them that she posted that went viral, she was wearing the Juventus jersey.
Yeah.
And they saw it and they were like, we want you to perform at the stadium. Which is crazy because there's never been an artist ever that's performed for a European football team. So we were like the first to ever do that too. And it was just off of like these people that I knew that I had been working with. So yeah, all just direct booking of God coming into my life and bringing the right people there at the right time. Yeah.
That's so crazy, but it's so nice to just have everything align and to work with good people.
For
and
sure.
like seeing how like those people back from college or people that you knew from different things, how it all trickles and like comes together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You just can never plan that stuff. And as much as if I would have moved out here with an exact plan of I'm going to work with this choreographer, so I need to take from their assistant, it's like you hear so many stories of people trying for years and sometimes it doesn't happen. And I think because I had just at that point like released everything, there was no expectation of any work because I had been quitting dance for like 3 years. I'm like, you know what, whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen. I feel like that kind of allowed things to just like flow naturally. And
definitely. You have had this career as a professional dancer. How did you transition then into choreography?
Choreography for me personally has ultimately always been what I've wanted to do. And
Gotcha.
I love dance and I love the physical expression of it all. But even when I was young, I would just choreograph. I just wanted to choreograph. And thankfully, my high school actually gave me a lot of opportunities to do that. It was like 50 girls, and we won state every year, super competitive dance team. And
Wow.
I really thank my drill team directors because they gave me a lot of freedom to just like kind of, I don't want to say do whatever I want, but like I had said, guys, we should maybe not be doing jazz routines for the pep rallies. Like, let's bring some hip hop in. And they're like, okay, yeah, choreograph it.
Nice.
And just let me choreograph things and like work with the team. So I feel like I got a lot of experience from that.
Definitely.
And then studio dancing. And that was always something that I felt so strong in my purpose in. But I feel like to be a great choreographer, you have to understand what it is to be a great dancer. And I feel like having the good and bad experiences as a dancer, I now also know what I like and what I appreciate on that side of it. So I know how to create that environment. But as far as making the transition, I feel like I'm still bridging that gap and working towards it, which is, it's surreal when I do things and I'm like, yeah, I've done it. But I'm like, I feel like I'll always have this internal like imposter syndrome, even as a dancer.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody, we kind of struggle with that. Like you'll be doing all the things and it's like, right. But it's not exactly how I felt like it was going to be. So it doesn't feel like you're doing it. But I'm trying to think. Honestly, I would always just do it in my room. And like, it was the thing that felt the most fun and fulfilling for me.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I'm like trying to think of when I started really, really diving into it. But I feel like it's kind of started more on the assisting side.
Okay.
And people hiring me to help as an assistant. And I kind of give input. And then it's like, oh, I like that. And take that. I'm like, wait, okay. I feel like I got some things to offer. And then kind of taking it in my own context. Honestly, touring last year, I feel like is what really solidified things for me. Because I had a really traumatic dance experience where I was booked on a tour where we learned like 22 numbers for, and then it never saw the light of day because the artist canceled the week of. It was really crazy experience, and that I was assistant choreographing on. So I had poured so much of my creative energy into it, and that was
22 numbers.
22 numbers, girl. It was a lot. It was a long process, and I feel like that was like super discouraging because that really was my first big like A-list celebrity choreography job on that side of things, and I was really excited, and it never saw the light of day. And unfortunately, I got to do the other tour right after, and I remember I went to Mexico first, and one of the dancers was like, would you want to teach at my studio? I have dancers here that'd be willing to take class. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll do it. You know, it'll be fun. And that class was so transformational for my soul. I felt so like aligned in my purpose. And then I taught in Argentina and Colombia, and I feel like that's kind of when I started to get my spark back.
It's you teaching internationally first.
It's crazy. It was crazy.
But I love that. And I feel like even going on vacation, like I went to the Dominican Republic on a family vacation, and everyone was just like dancing, and I was like, I love this. And then on my birthday, we went salsa dancing.
Yes.
Like sometimes it's just nice to see that dance is so universal, and like it's a language that like you can just do anywhere. I don't know. It's just nice to take it out of the auditioning mindset or the like I have to prove myself mindset and just dancing to have fun.
Absolutely.
It's fuels the soul.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
When you remember that this is what people are doing for fun, and it's not that serious.
Yeah.
And I feel like I kind of felt stuck when I first moved to LA because it's all these people that I've looked up to for so long. And I'm like, right. So I would never choreograph out here because like, you know, you've got the Kenny Ortegas and the Sean Bankheads living in the same city.
Yeah.
So it's like little old me, I got out here like what can I add to this? And I feel like when I brought back the joy of like, wait, this is actually just fun. And I just have ideas that I just want to do just for me. That's kind of how it started aligning in that way with job opportunities, because then I was just working, doing things for fun, like the meta videos that I've been doing.
Yes.
That was just like a dream that I had. And I was like, how could I make this happen, like through my lens and just doing it for fun?
Yeah.
You know?
I wanted to ask how you came up with that idea, because we filmed a whole concept video through the Meta glasses.
Yes.
And it went viral. And didn't Meta comment on it?
Yeah, they did.
Like, you saw it, you had a vision and saw it through.
Yeah, it was, I feel like we get these creative downloads. I don't know if you've ever heard that interview with Michael Jackson talking about how I think it was Michael Jackson. Let me don't quote me on this, guys, but I think it was Michael Jackson talking about how he had an idea for a song and he like went into the studio and filmed it till like 7 a.m. or recorded it until 7 a.m. because he was like, if I don't record this song, then somebody else is gonna take it. And I feel like sometimes we get these like creative downloads, and I think that's really what the meta one was, because I had a dream that I was watching something on stage and I woke up and I was like in it. And this was all happening in my dream, and I remember waking up from the actual dream and being like, wait, that was cool. Like, I wonder how I could make that happen. And so a week later, I went out and bought the glasses and was just like, let me just mess around with these. And thankfully, I had incredible friends that are like great dancers that help this vision come to life. And yeah, Meta saw it and been doing stuff works with them.
Yes.
And yeah, it was just a little creative download, I think.
Yes, I was so glad and thankful you had me a part of it. It was so much fun and such a cool concept. But I also love what you said about, like, if you have an idea, to act on it or else someone else is going to take it. That is literally, I had this idea for this podcast, and I was like, I need to do it or someone else is going to have this idea. Because I feel like people, like, we think our ideas are so rare, but, like, people have good ideas. Like, and if you don't act on it, someone else is going to get the idea and do it.
For sure.
Because my mom is so funny. She's like, she'll come up with these like ideas for apps and things. And she's like, oh my gosh, we should do this and this. And like a week later, someone will like post the idea.
The same thing. Yeah.
And my mom's like, oh my God, we should have done it. And I'm like, when you have a good idea, you have to act on it or else someone else could take it. And
there's a creative energy that happens, and it's like literally, I think that sometimes it's just put out there, and the first one to snatch it is the one that's going to have it.
Yeah.
So you just have to, like, if you feel it and you know, like, wait, I should do this, you got to do it, because like
definitely
it will get taken up. Somebody's thinking about it. There is no original thought.
Exactly. And TikTok has shown us that.
Yes. And I am seeing that. Yes.
Yes. So we talked about choreography. What is the difference between choreography and movement directing?
Movement directing is such a umbrella term. I feel like choreography typically refers to like dance sequences. So like a choreography is like, here is a number, we're going to do it on this part of the song. Movement direction, it's so tricky because it's all so vague and blurred, but I feel like movement direction is more general. So like for the Snoop project, for example, on the movement direction side, they had a prison break scene where we had 10 extras and we had to make it look like it was like a ton of people escaping this prison. They're like, here you go, figure it out. And like the directors have such a strong vision, and I feel like as dancers, we're so comfortable with movement and we're so comfortable with our bodies, and like we've blocked everything. We've done hard formations. So the normal real life stuff honestly comes very naturally to us.
Yeah.
Which is something that I had never really considered, like getting into the movement direction side of it, because I'm like, oh, that's I'm a dancer though. So I do like dance sequences. Like I don't do like the general stuff, but it is like kind of like such a similar thing of like, it's just blocking. It's just staging of creating this piece, but it's more general, I would say.
Yeah,
so
more pedestrian like.
More pedestrian, or like even if it is dancing, it'll be more like, okay, everybody needs to be moving their head or more feeling, or sometimes just them not having the words to articulate what they want. It's like they can't be like, we want like, think less boobs, more like elegant. You know, it's like, yeah, we can't say that. So I have to like figure out how to articulate more soft hand movement, just different ways of phrasing it as a dancer would.
Yeah.
That helps like articulate the vision in a way that like people just say like, this is what we want to see, but we don't know how to make it happen. Movement direction is more that connecting piece. Choreography is more dance sequences,
dance heavy,
I would say.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Caroline, what does a day look like on your call sheet? What does a day in your life look like, either movement directing or dancing professionally or choreographing?
Ooh, let me think to like, it really depends. But for me personally, not a morning person. So my day always looks like whenever I have to waking up 1 to 2 hours earlier and drinking my coffee. I invested in a good coffee machine to have in my house. I'll wake up, I'll drink my coffee, and I'll just try to like lock in, whatever it is, whether it's answering texts or like listening to music or just waking up, because I'm like never awake. And then either head to rehearsals or set. And lots of caffeine. Now that I'm like thinking about my day, I'm like packing a Celsius, packing the snacks. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a specific day. Like I think that's kind of the fun of what we do is every day is so different.
Yep.
Like there is no general day because I'm like some days I won't do anything until like 6 p.m. Like I won't have any obligations and then I'll go to the gym or chill by the pool or go grocery shopping. I love to cook, like get stuff and chef it up at home. Or some days I'm on like 13-hour sets. So it's like
Right.
you're there in downtown LA or Joshua Tree or who knows where, like doing stuff. So yeah, I guess like to answer vaguely enough, I'm like
well,
not typical.
that's why I love entertainment, like wanting to work in this industry, because it's the same skills and the same like essential job that we're doing, but it changes depending on the team, the camp, the location.
For sure.
And so it switches it up. It keeps you excited rather than like the same office, the same desk, the same thing every day. Is you're doing the same role but in different scenarios, which is fun. You know, you get to be a part of these different projects and different messages and different stories that you're telling, and that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very fun. Every day is so different. And then when you're touring, it's like one day you'll be on a plane all day and then straight to sound check, and other days you have the whole day to just be free in like Colombia. So it's like looking on Google Maps and seeing what I can do. Or yeah, every day is so different. It's fun. I feel grateful, even though I always joke, I'm like, I traded like a 9 to 5 for like a 24/7, because it's like I could never work office hours. I could never do the same routine every day. But it's like realistically, we're kind of like on call at all times. Like you never know when something's gonna pop up, and kind of like that though. I like the freedom of it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So with dancing, choreographing, movement directing, what do you think is your like favorite role right now?
Ooh, I think it depends on the job.
Yeah.
To be honest, because as a dancer on a job with the choreographer I really like, the project I love like getting to just go crazy. Like I love getting to go full out and like running stuff over and over. I also love movement directing because it feels so free, and I feel like I just never know what to expect. Like on any project, it's like I'm hired as a movement director and I know what the project is, but you just get there and sometimes everything looks different because the budget changed or the people that they hired changed, or like you've got 10 extras and it's a prison break scene. There's 40 people that are supposed to look like there's, it's like, I love that it's so different. Also love the choreography side because I like getting to feel the music and like embody that. I feel like probably movement directing right now is my favorite lane.
So what other responsibilities do you have as a movement director? So you talked about like on set what it looks like. You also have like meetings and table reads. Like what do those situations look like?
Yeah, so there's no typical for any job, but like I guess the most recent example, I keep bringing up the Snoop project because that just dropped, but we had a table read at Universal. So I had kind of been talking a lot to the director before that of like, this is what we want, this is kind of the general story, but I went a little bit more blind into that job than I do on most. Mm-hmm. So we get there and we had the full table read where they did like a breakdown of the script. We had everybody who's acting in it sitting, and that was super helpful for me to also kind of hear the energy of like, what's the dynamic here, what are we working with, and then kind of break down. But for that project, we had 3 days to film the entire thing.
Wow.
It was like over 30 minutes. And like a single music video usually is like an 8-hour day on set. And this was like, he wants 10 songs in these 3 days.
Wow.
It started as 8, and then he would be like, wait, we should add this. We want to do this. So it was a lot of like just being flexible and just regulating the nervous system and being like, yes, we can do that. Sure, let's figure this out. But yeah, it's kind of just like given a vision of like what we want this to look like. And then fortunately, Lewis, the director that I've worked with, is like, I am so grateful for him because he really allows me to kind of do my thing, like on the choreography side too. I remember for the Friday project, he had sent me an incredible write-up of what he wanted everything to look like, and then was like, all right, so we'll see you on the day of. Like, send a draft, but I trust you. And I feel like I love working in that kind of environment where somebody's just like, this is what we want. I'm going to allow you to do it. Go crazy. So
when someone trusts you and you have that creative freedom, like that's where you as a creative get to shine.
Yes, and get to put my flair into it. But yeah, so every day is very different, I feel. But just being flexible, because even like the little TJ job that we did in Joshua Tree, I had never seen his house before. I knew that it was him, and I knew that it was a model. And to be honest, that's just about all I knew.
Yeah.
I heard the song. Song's great. Used to love. Check it out.
Yes, I
Anyway.
literally love Little TJ. Like,
But it was like a lot of just like kind of being flexible and like stepping in, also knowing where to step out when it's times that it's like I'm not needed here, and not trying to like over direct, or like knowing also your audience. Some artists really like a lot of involvement. Some artists are like, I don't know where to put my hands, and some are like, don't tell me what to do. Fortunately, a lot of the ones I've worked with have been very open and receptive to stuff I have to say, but just kind of reading the room and knowing when to like buzz in and when to take a step back. And
totally. Yeah, being enjoyable to work with.
yes.
Like you said, reading the room.
The room. Yeah. The room, gotta read the room, always.
Yes, exactly. All right, so we're going to play some hot takes in Hollywood.
Okay.
It's going to be a little like this or that.
Okay.
All right. Live stage performance or on-camera work?
Live stage.
Yeah.
I love the live stage, like seeing people's faces, hearing the audience. Yeah, live stage.
Yeah, the feeling, the adrenaline rush is just different.
It's so good. And the camera work too, it's like you do it and then you don't really get to see any of it for a while.
Yeah.
But like, I love the live stage work.
Yeah, for sure. Touring or staying in LA?
If anybody's looking to cast, touring. But at this moment, being in LA is nice. I feel like last year I did 8 different countries, which was so sick and so cool that now I'm like, let me enjoy this city, because there's so many places I haven't explored in California. So staying in LA. Also, I just moved into a new apartment. Yeah, and I'm enjoying my rent.
It's so cute. You have such a nice place. Oh my gosh.
But it's staying here to enjoy my rent. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get your bang for your buck.
Yes, because it is quite a buck.
Yeah.
Los Angeles is not cheap.
But it is cool and like so great to get paid to do what you love to do and travel the world and perform in all these cities.
Absolutely.
But I think it's also great like coming back to LA, because when you're on set, it's still like a different universe. But then you can go home and like lay in your own bed. You know?
I have all my clothes. I can cook. I have routine. Yeah, it is cool to travel. Like especially touring. I would answer if I did Europe or Asia, because those are the ones that I haven't really explored.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe I can't say no touring it, but right now
for sure,
LA, I'm enjoying it.
Freestyle or choreography?
Choreography.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a choreo girl. I
Me
love to hit
too.
a step. That's why I'm like, it's the math mind of like, this is what you
Yes.
need to do, execute.
Yes, and you
live
get
for
to
that.
add your own little thing to it, and there you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I love a choice or a freestyle moment.
Yes.
But I love choreo.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Contemporary or hip hop?
Contemporary.
Okay.
Which is so surprising, because I feel like most of the stuff that I do is more hip hop, jazz, funk driven.
Yeah.
But contemporary was like, I feel like what I learned to love how to dance. And it's just so free.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's so many choices to make and expression, and like I like freestyle contemporary better than I like freestyle hip hop.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. Especially because I'm newer to like the foundations of hip hop, because like in Austin, no shade, but like we just didn't have a ton of like foundational classes. Like it was
Yeah.
hip hop choreo. Like that's not the root of hip hop, you know? Like
Right.
that isn't hip hop. So I feel like
Totally.
that's still like newer to me. Contemporary is my first love. Like that is what made me fall in love with dancing. So she has a special place in my heart. I'll say contemporary.
Okay. Filmed classes or non-filmed classes?
Non-filmed classes.
Totally.
Yes, I love the feedback. I love the Instagram post. It's all awesome, but we gotta stop doing these classes where over half of the class is just to film this. I can go film this at home if I
Yep.
want to. What are we doing?
Yep.
I understand getting content and promoting, of course, but it's like, yeah, I love a class to train.
Exactly, because then class becomes like an audition instead of just class.
For sure.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be messing up the count and then know it's gonna be posted everywhere.
Exactly. It's an added pressure. I'm like,
scared.
this is not the job.
No,
Like-
it's not. Yeah, I will train for the job. I will make sure I get the step when it's time. But
Yes.
like, yeah, I love a non-filmed class
Yes.
for sure.
Okay, now this is gonna be like a tough question, I think.
Oh.
Out of all the studios, Millennium, Playground, 88, T-Millie, Movement Lifestyle, like what, the big 5, I guess?
Yeah.
Which one?
Ooh, I'm gonna say I'm going to say Millennium.
I knew you were going to say
because,
that.
first of all, it's the closest to my house. We love that.
Yeah.
We don't love the parking.
No.
Because the meters are crazy over there.
Yes.
But Millennium was the first studio that I came to when I was really young, and I visited California. And I remember I took a class at Millennium, and that was the first, like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is so crazy. And also the first, I think, well, one of the first studios, one of the first of the big 5 studios that I taught in LA. And I love that they took a chance on me teaching out here. And yeah, I just like it there. I feel like it's a good balance of like, stuff is filmed, but it's like very, very much just, I like the vibes.
I like the vibes too.
Yeah.
I really like the space of Millennium a lot. And how full circle, that was your first class you taught at in LA, and also the first class like you took a class at in LA, you know?
It's really cool too, like, especially traveling to other countries. It was always like, the studio with the red wall. You train there? You take at the red wall studio? It's like, it's so iconic.
It is.
You know?
Yeah. All right, our next segment is fact or fiction. So we're going to clear up misconceptions in the industry.
Okay.
The first is that you have to live in LA to make it.
No, definitely not. I feel like you can make it anywhere at this point now, especially with like social media has changed the game a lot for how people are hired.
Yeah.
I do definitely think that there's advantages to living here and not having to travel in and out. There's a ton of auditions that happen here, a lot of the industries out here, but I also know that Atlanta is building a huge industry out there.
Yeah.
There's New York, which is a whole nother thing. There's jobs anywhere, and it also is just like dependent on what you want to do. I like working with artists and working in artist development, which Los Angeles is great because there's so many recording studios out here, but you could work at Vegas. You can be a showgirl, and you can work anywhere. Yeah.
There's so many opportunities all over.
For sure.
Yeah. Social media defines your success.
No, definitely not. I'm not a social media girly. I don't rock with social media. I feel like the real success is like the way that you make people feel, for sure. Definitely. And like the impact that you have.
Yeah, and that's what increases longevity in your career.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Social media is a great tool.
Right.
And I have a lot of friends that are like bigger in the social media space, and it's awesome, and it like definitely provides lots of opportunities, whether that be financial or just like getting you in the door that you can't without it. But it's definitely not an indicator of success. Yeah. But everybody's definition of success is different.
Right.
So maybe for some people.
Yeah. For
my life, fiction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Camps become incestuous on tour.
Oh my gosh. Well, yes, So here's the thing. The tour I did, fortunately, it was 4 girls. Now, 2 of the girls are dating people on the team, but it wasn't like a incestuous situation.
Yeah.
Like it didn't ever feel like that. But I will say when there's a lot of mixed camps, tends to happen. Or even like it's definitely a very common thing. That's why I don't feel like it would be hard for me to date a dancer just because I see the track records, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, yeah, I don't know about that. But I would say most of the time, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're
Unfortunately.
right. Those who can't teach.
Okay, I think that there's 3 things. You can be a great choreographer, a great teacher, and a great dancer, and they don't always align. You could be an incredible choreographer and great dancer, but you can't teach it.
Right.
You could be a great teacher, your choreography is not good, and you can't dance. Or you could be a great, different things. So I think that it's just a different skill set. But I think that you can have both. Sometimes, maybe not, but I think that you can have both.
Yeah.
Abilities.
All right. So our next segment is Crafty Corner.
Okay.
What is your dream crafty setup on set?
Let's talk about Abbott Elementary because that was the best crafty I've ever had in my entire life. They had, oh my gosh, they had the crispiest Brussels sprouts. Ooh. Like the ideal Brussels sprout. They had a garlic orzo. They had this chicken. Oh my gosh, that's my ideal crafty. Fortunately, we ate at the end of set because it was kind of like a shorter day.
Yeah.
And that was great because you could just go in and not worry about like feeling sick for the rest of the day. I don't know. I would say literally Warner Brothers, you're doing amazing. Ideal crafty is definitely the Warner Brothers lot.
Shout out Abbott.
Shout out Abbott. They know what they're doing for sure. That was my
That's
favorite.
so great. Okay, so Caroline, what is your industry ick? What is on your industry betrayal list?
Industry ick is ego.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was talking about this the other day. It's like, I feel like it's such a problem in all versions of the industry, whether that's dance or music or whatever. It's like, we, first of all, are so fortunate. We are so privileged that we get paid to do what we love. We should not be pressed about it. We should not, it's not as serious as we think. And also, like, you go from these contracts and then the next day you're going to be unemployed again. So you better stay humble because you are no better than any job. You are no better than any person. You are only as good as how you walk into the room.
Yeah.
So biggest ick is ego.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's so true because you could book that job, book that music video, and then you film it. And now what? Like,
now what?
You're waiting for the next thing, you know, and you might never get that next thing. Or it might come tomorrow or it might come in a few months. You don't know. So, yeah.
And that thing might not even happen.
Yeah.
You might do a whole tour that never sees the light of day. Nobody will ever know this project because it's like it won't ever be out there. So I feel like, yeah, that was very humbling. Yeah. I've had many experiences like that. Or like you film a music video and then they cut out the dancers. And you're like, yeah, I was supposed to be in that. It's like that clip of Madison Beer. Yeah, I was supposed to be in that.
Yeah,
it's
literally.
Like, it's very much that. It's like you could go from your dream job and then the next, you're right back to it. So I don't like the ego of like, well, I did this and this and this and this isn't that. You're right, but you agreed to do this job. Yes. Nobody's forcing you to be here.
Right.
Let's be grateful. Let's keep it moving. You know?
To lead with that gratitude for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is called Call Sheet Confessions. Okay. Caroline, what is your call sheet confession?
Oh my gosh. Anything? Any confession?
Yeah. This could be like any crazy behind the scenes we wouldn't know. This could be hooking up with a coworker. This could be getting fired from a job. This could be anything crazy that we wouldn't know.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. I mean, the tour one, that was a gag. But, let me think on that for a second. I'm like, no crazy hooking up with coworker things.
Yeah, no. I love that you're like, I have to clarify.
Let me clarify. That didn't happen. I also, I'm not really interested. I love my job so much that I never like to
mix business with pleasure. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I would never. This was the last country of tour. We were in the Dominican Republic. Rachel and I were like, let's celebrate. We're going to go to this all-inclusive resort. I was indulging. I had a couple pina coladas. I was having a good time. And I see that my friend posted, hey, we're still looking to cast people for the Golden Bachelor. Like, do I know the perfect woman for you? So I literally sent a voice memo. And I'm like, yo, I think that my mom needs to go on the show. She's perfect. I'm going to submit her. He was like, cool, send me the link. I submitted her. I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, you're going on TV. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I submitted you for the show. She's kind of down with it. I'm like, okay, she's single. She's open to love. I don't know. Yes. I feel like she would always watch shows and be like, oh, I would love to be on that. But it was always like, what not to wear. And I'm like, Mom, you dress too cute. We can't put you on this. Or like, she loved Queer Eye. She was like, y'all need to submit me. I'm like, Mom, you're thriving though. Like there's nothing to glow up. Like you got it all going. So I submitted her for this, and literally 3 hours later, they called her. And I knew as soon as the ball got rolling, I'm like, she's going to make it on the show, and I have to be ready to do hometowns. Because if this man has any sense, like, she's going far. Yeah. Sure enough, she made it to the final 2, and then walked off, which we are all very thrilled about in my family, because we met him, and I just don't think that they were aligned, and yeah, so I put my mom on a reality show when I was lit in the Dominican Republic. So that's so funny.
It. Yeah. And then I loved the scene where you were like literally performing with Diana Ross at the Hollywood Bowl and you sent in a video.
That was crazy timing. So the producers for the show, they take their phones. So it was like 2 months of no contact with my mom. But they say like, hey, if you have anything you want to share with her, let us know and we can pass it on. She just can't respond. So I had known this, and there were kind of talks about this job when she was going in. So this was also kind of our like first test of like if something actually gets through to her. So I had found out, and I texted the producers, and I'm like, hey, also knowing that they're filming in Malibu, I'm like, that's not that far from here. maybe there's a chance where they'll set up a one-on-one date for her to come see the show.
Oh,
That's where
that'd be
my
cool.
head was
Yeah.
at. Is I was like,
she's like, I have a vision. I'm a story producer now.
she's going to be on the show. Diana's going to be there. We're all going to be living in our happily ever after. Delusional for sure. But I was like, I at least want to let them know. So they told her, and then I get a call. And they're like, hey, are you able to FaceTime in 30 minutes or something like that? I'm like, I go on stage in like 15. They're like, all right, okay, hang tight. But we'll call you back in like 5. I'm like, okay. So I'm backstage, like putting on my lipstick, and then they're like, yeah, so we're gonna try to get y'all on a FaceTime, but obviously we won't have the time for it. In my head, I was like, it's super loud in the background. So I'm like, they're here. They're here at the show. Like, I'm gonna see my mom. Oh. She was not at the show. They were at the stadium filming for their cheerleading scene in the show. But they asked me to film a little video to show to her. And then, that's what they ended up playing on the show. So crazy. But turns out that his old neighbor was Diana Ross.
That's so crazy.
Small world.
Wow.
Small world. Diana Ross. We all know her, as we do. No, it's just like such a weird coincidence that right when she went into the show, that was happening. I don't know. It was cool.
But. Yeah, it was really cool. And my mom was watching every episode. She was like updating me like in calls on the car. She's like, oh my God, like her mom just we were so supporting.
Cute. I love that. Go Cindy. Team Cindy all the way. I had mentioned my first international job I did was with Tia at the Juventus Stadium.
Yeah.
We had about 72 hours in Italy. That was it. We got on the flight. Thankfully, she's like the most lovely artist to work with. Aww. Like, I felt like friends with her. It was her and her husband, Ryan. And I adore them so much. Like, some of my favorite people ever. So I knew it was going to be a fun trip. Yeah. And then Liz was choreographing it. And Liz is also my best friend. So I was like, this is the dream team. Just the 4 of us. We go. We get off the plane. We went straight to sound check. We're doing in-ears at the stadium. It was so overwhelming. All the things. I'm also like jet lagged. I don't know what time of day it is. I'm just there. We go to dinner and we're all like literally falling asleep at the table. I remember at different points, each of us fell asleep. And we had the show the next day. We woke up, we had brunch, we did the show. It was amazing. Tia has to go like record her YouTube live down there. So Liz and I go up to the top where they put us in. We were like having a couple beers and enjoying. And then we went to dinner at this place. I guess Ronaldo had played there for a while. Okay. And I guess this was like his favorite spot. So they had recommended it to us and we go. And we're eating there, and we look over, and it's like all the people on the team. And we're like, oh, y'all just played. And they're like, oh, y'all just performed. Like, what are you guys doing in Italy tonight? It's like a Tuesday night. We're like, this is it. And they're
this is
like,
what we're here for.
Absolutely not. Y'all are coming with us. We went to this bar. It was only us. So literally the 4 of us and like all of the players. And we stayed up until our flight left that next morning.
Wow.
Literally stayed up, having a grand old time. We went and got coffee in the morning, just like wandering around the city, and then went straight on the airplane. And I knocked out that entire flight.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one. That was like such a cool experience.
Yeah.
Is that juicy enough?
Yeah, that's juicy.
Fortunately, I don't have any like bad juicy ones, other than the tour getting canceled the week of, after I had dyed my hair blonde. Anywho, shout out to Mariah.
Yeah. Yes, shout out Mariah. That's why our hair looks as good as it does.
Eats because of Mariah, but
exactly.
That was super traumatic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right. So for anyone that wants to do what you do, Caroline, who wants to work in movement directing, choreography, or as a professional dancer, what is your advice for them? And anyone that wants to move to LA to pursue their dreams, what's your advice?
My advice is to know that your story is going to be your own. There is no right or wrong way to do things. There's going to be a million voices telling you this is exactly what you have to do in this order, and everybody's experience is so different. So just staying grateful and humble and aware, and also knowing that, like, for me, anything that I've done is because of the people that I've connected with around me.
Yeah.
Just stay open. Like, a lot of the Juventus job, I met Liz in a carnival rehearsal, which, if you don't know carnival, it's a choreography showcase that is unpaid, that you do all these extra rehearsals for, and nothing could have ever prepared me for it to lead to that. So just being like open to connecting with people, working hard, whether it's a big thing or a small thing, and just staying grateful for every moment, because it's not always up here. It's a lot of this. And just learning how to enjoy all of it.
Yeah. The highs and the lows, riding that roller coaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whee! Just doing that. Just doing that.
Yes. And are you living your dream? Or what's next for you? What's your dream job?
I feel like I am living my dream. I feel so happy with like the people I'm surrounded by.
Yeah.
I have incredible friends that I
you.
just love getting to be around and feel inspired by, and I love the work that I'm doing. I'm on like for sure a dream job right now, which is super surreal, and I'm so LA. I mean, can't talk about it yet. I hate that. But I feel like there are like
tuned.
I'm living my dream. I'm very happy. I feel like my dream changes all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like also the dream is just like happiness and like freedom. And I feel like I have a lot of that right now.
Amazing.
That's the dream. I'm living it.
Well, Caroline, thank you for coming on Crafty
Thank
Confessions.
you. This was so fun.
Oh, yay. Yes. I'm so excited for people to hear everything that you've had to say. Like, so accomplished, so young. Like, having taken off time from dance and coming back and, like, accomplishing as much as you have. Like, power to you, girl.
Thank you. Says you. You're, like, young and killing it. And I wish I had the knowledge and the maturity that you do. And, yeah, you're so ahead of the game. I adore you so much. And I'm so proud of you. I love watching this podcast. So I'm so happy to be on it.
Yay.
Thank you for having me.
Where can we follow you, support you, see this project? That's
mostly I really just use Instagram to showcase my work. It's Caroline Cullers, Cullers. I do have a TikTok. It's Colors with a Z. That's where I just post like silly stuff. But yeah, I would say that's the best place to find me.
Well, I'm so excited to see this project you're working on.
Thank you. Yes.
And thank you everyone for watching this episode of Crafty Confessions. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. May your call times be reasonable and your checks be on time. And like my Mimi always says, break a leg, but not really. Bye. We'll see you next time.
I love that.